Hello everyone, you're welcome to this lesson. In this video, I'm going to solve this question I have here. The question says the device is used for surgical replacement of the knee joint. If the force acting along the leg is 360 newtons, determine its component along the x and y prime axis. So let's look at how you are going to solve this question. So I'm going to start by drawing the free body there. Okay, so let this be my x and y axis. Okay, so this is my x axis. This is my y axis. And now let this be my x prime axis, and then let this be my y prime axis. Okay, same for this side too. Okay, and then this angle is 10 degrees. Okay, this angle will also be 10 degrees. Okay, all right. Okay, so now let's indicate the 360 newtons force. Okay, so this will be the 360 newtons force. Okay, and then we know that the angle it makes with the x-axis is 60 degrees. Okay, so we have 60 degrees here. And then here also we have what? 10 degrees. Okay, so this is what we have. So now, since you have to find the components of the result of the 360 Newton force along the x and then the y prime axis, we're going to indicate those components on the free body diagram. Okay, so let's look at that. So you're going to have the s component to be this. Okay, and then the y prime component to be in this direction. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, so this will be the fx, and then this one on the at this side we are going to have, let me write fy prime here. Okay, okay, let me change the color for fy prime. Okay, so let's use green instead. Okay, so that's fy prime. Okay, all right, so now let's look at what you are going to do next. So you are going to find this angle here. Okay, let's name it angle alpha. You have to find angle alpha. Okay, so let's look at how you are going to find that angle. So the angle between the y-axis, okay, that is negative y-axis here, and then the x-axis should be 90 degrees. Okay, that's this angle here. Okay, but we know this side is 60, this side is 10. Okay, so you can find the alpha. Okay, so the angle alpha will be equal to 90 degrees minus 60, okay, plus 10, right? 60 plus 10 will give us 70. So subtracting 70 from 90 will give us 20 degrees. Okay, so that means angle alpha is what? 20 degrees. Okay, so now let's redraw just that part of the free body diagram. Okay, so I have this to be the 360 newtons. I have this to be fx. Okay, and then I have this to be fy prime. Okay, so this is 360 newtons, this is fx, and then this is fy prime. Okay, and then we have 20 degrees here. Okay, so from this figure that we have here, okay, from the free body diagram that we drew, you can see that if we have 60 degrees here, then this side is also going to be what, 60 degrees, right? Because they are alternating. Okay, so you're going to have this angle here to be 60 degrees. Okay, so if that's the case, this side will also be what, 60 degrees. Okay, so it's left with just this angle here. Okay, so let's find that angle. Let's name it beta. So beta will be equal to 180 minus 60 plus 20. Okay, so I'm going to get beta to be equal to what? 100 degrees. Okay, so let me write that here. So now beta is 100 degrees. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we have all the angle values that we need. Okay. So now let's go ahead and then find fx and then fy prime. Okay. So finding fx first, you can see that fx is pointing the negative x-axis direction, right? So we are going to negate that value, and then we will use the sine rule to find fx. So we're going to have minus fx over the sine of the angle opposite to it, which is the 20 degrees, over sine 20 degrees. Okay, and then that will be equal to, let's use the 360 Newton force. So that will be 360 Newton divided by sine of the angle opposite to it, which is what, 100 degrees. Okay, so you're going to have minus fx to be equal to 360 Newton divided by what, the sine of 100 degrees. Okay, multiplying sine what, 20 degrees. So we're going to have fx, okay, to be equal to minus 125 Newton. Okay, so that's for what, fx. So now let's find fy prime. Okay, so for fy prime, the angle opposite to it will be the 60 degrees. Okay, and then you can see that's already in the positive y prime axis direction. So we are going to have fy prime divided by the sine of 60 degrees. Then that will be equal to 360 Newton divided by what? Sine of 100 degrees. We're going to have fy prime to be equal to 360 Newton divided by the sine of 100 degrees multiplying sine 60. Okay, so for that also, our f1 prime will give us a value of what? 317 newtons. Okay, so this will be the answers for the component of the force along the x and then the y prime axis.